Starting a new Polo, because I know Polo can cut out the audio sometimes when you get a phone call. I got a phone call. I decided I'm not going to answer it. Okay, it's okay, because this is the perfect opportunity to start a new Polo anyway, because I'm supposed to be recapping. Who is banging on doors like that? You're not even banging on my door. You know you banging on the door when you hear somebody banging on somebody else's door. Might have to beat a motherfucker up. Okay, let's go back down it. I guess. Okay. I don't know where to fucking start. Where do I want to start? Whoever called actually left a voicemail. I'm trying to gather myself. I'm sorry. I'm trying to just find a starting point. Okay, at 1 o'clock yesterday, I got a phone call from the HR rep extending me the offer for the job, along with the offer salary. Hitchcock's post their salary with let me preface this. Is my conspiracy brain on? Yes. Could I be wrong? Yeah. But let's move on the assumption that I'm not. Okay? Okay. And also, this isn't to change anything. It is what it is. But also, now that we are here and I have the offer and I have the job, I kind of feel like all this was intentionally planned and structured. Got the offer. Well, first the job posting. This job posting had a $30,000 range, which is insane. It's not often any position in general has a $30,000 range, but also that's not like even consistent with Hitchcock's. But this one did. I thought it was odd when I saw it that the range was that large. But now I'm not thinking it was random at all. Because the part you did get about the 19%, we're going to get back to that. They offered me the bare minimum. And that bare minimum equates to a 19% raise. From jump. I know how y'all do. Especially with head count action here, head count action there, head count action everywhere. You're reposting that role, and you're not reposting it for what you paid Saudi for. So now that we have reached this endpoint, I could be wrong. We are moving upon assumption here. but just let's move that my assumption is correct. You're saving at least $30K on Saudi's role. If not more. But I do think it's like the 30K range, because I feel like Taylor got paid more than Saudi. And, you know, we're talking about a couple of tens and thousands of dollars here. And just the general pay range of my profession, you know, it's a lot of assumptions that's going into this, right? I think the $30,000 is right. I think I know how much Saudi was making relatively, just from the job posting alone. Also, I think I might have said this in like my 2 back-end polos that were still there. I literally had the headcount project, like the headcount recon that's done monthly. It's not consistent, and I be battling with HR to get all the information I need. But like, I monitor headcount. I don't monitor finance headcount. Confidentiality. And so when it comes to finance, there's a lot of assumption going on. But I see the patterns. I know the business tactics, specifically. Not just general business tactics. I know the business tactics. I am the HR expense rep. I manage the HR expenses. And then I will lastly say, as a reminder, that I'm in an entry-level position. Do I get paid good money? Compared to a lot of people in this world? Yes. But I'm in an entry-level position that I should have got a decade ago. Like, this is the money I should have been making a decade ago. Meanwhile, Taylor is making the money that I should be making now. Even Saudi, who I thought and think made less, because he was a black man. Like, simply on the principle he was a black man. You was making less than Taylor. I feel like, and also just the hierarchy in our team. Like, yeah, Taylor is going into management. Like, he'd probably leave for some fancy VP position that he got through connections, whatever. This is not a promotion. This isn't a fucking favor. This isn't ISIS. We recognize what you've been doing and we are promoting you. This goes to one of the questions you had sent in a text message. No. I get a yearly raise of like 2% or some shit like that. Like, that raise ended up being like $1,500 last year. And on a month-to-month basis, it gave me like $100 extra a month, which is so ironic. So fucking ironic, because we're gonna get back to that about $100 extra a month anyways. Meaning this year, my raise would have been probably another $1,500, something like that. Promotions at Hitchcock's typically run between 16 and 20%. 18 and 19 is that sweet spot. I know, because I see them flow through. And that is you promoting somebody in their role. I applied for a job. Now, is it on the same team that I am already on? Yes. But I applied for this position. I interviewed for it. I applied for a role in which, at minimum, you was paying $30,000 more than what you just offered me. Now, did I expect to get that whole 30? No, not at all. I know you gotta train me. I know that I come with some gaps. I have no experience in revenue. And also, I understand how the business works. And to a degree, I understood that I would be a more desirable hire because you wouldn't have to hire me at that $30,000 tax. You could still save money on headcount and hire me. And I don't know, meet somewhere in the middle at that 15, save 15. That would have put me in the six-figure range. 100,000. I was going for 100,000. I didn't get it. Didn't even get the median. Just bare fucking minimum. I did not call Roger. Offices shut down at 2 o'clock. I was asleep to noon. I'll call him on the 2nd. Because I still want to know what the fuck he said. Okay. I was giving you pieces. So hold on to those pieces. Let's go back to chronologically. So they called me at 1. They extended me the job with the offer. And I'm all like, I was hoping to be more around the $100,000 range. Can we meet in the middle? So at this point, we're not even meeting in the middle of the posting range. We're meeting in the middle of what you offered me in the 100,000. I'm thinking I'm at least gonna get that. At least. Okay, I did stop talking, but I'm gonna get back to talking. You were like, I guess when they no longer serve me. Period. That's the blanket. That's it right there. The moment you decide that your locks are no longer serving you, then get rid of them. But there's a clear definition between somebody who's on a lock journey and, you know, someone that's on a fashion trend. And I keep coming back to Avery because Avery is the topic of conversation. Avery had her lock journey. And when it no longer served her, she combed it out. Okay? And whenever she get older, she might just put the motherfuckers back in. Or maybe she doesn't. Cool. When it no longer serves you for whatever reason, whether it's trauma or whether it's, you know, hair health, or maybe your locks are just too goddamn heavy. Maybe you've just had locks for, 30 years and you're ready to shed. My daddy had his shit for 30 years. We literally had to, prep my grandmother so that she didn't have a fucking heart attack whenever he showed up without his locks. She was... she was not okay. I mean, she was okay, but, she thought she was seeing her teenage son, which he did look like a teenager for a while. Now, at least now he looked like an old man, but for a period of time, he was looking like a teenager. Okay, back to what I was saying. Shit, where are we, though? In all actuality, between 1 and 6, I was in all different types of places. I was reflecting on the offer that they gave me. I was reflecting on the counter that I offered, knowing that I'm not going to get my counter, but praying that I can get somewhere in the middle. And honestly, I was going to be pretty satisfied with what the middle was. It wasn't going to be the 100,000 like I wanted, but it's cool. It's cool. Right. So, whenever he called me back and I answered that phone call, And he was just like, I spoke to Brian and Gary, and the offer is still this offer salary, and they said that they can't give more money because of some fill in the blank bullshit ass reason. And that's whenever I was saying I was disassociating. I don't know. There's a small part of me, I think, that knew I was about to get the bottom of the barrel. Which I think is why the panic and the disassociation and the nerves kicked in at 1 o'clock when I got off the phone with that man. And what's funny is he didn't call me back. It's like 4:30, 5 o'clock. He hadn't called me back. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to hear from him today. It's the holidays. Hopefully I hear from him tomorrow, because it'd be nice to have news of a promotion before I actually roll into New Year. But maybe I don't hear back until the 2nd. And that's okay, because you put in your you put in your counter offer, and now you have to wait. So when he called me at 6, heart's racing, I answered the phone. Disassociation. And that was the beginning of the end. Between 6 and probably about 11:15 when I finally got done poloing you. I mean, I could check the time right now if I really wanted to, but point is, spiral. Spiral. It's all I could think about. It's all I could think about. I wasn't getting anything else done in life. Remember we were poloing? And, like, I even was, like, poloing you back after I got off the phone. But, like, if you go back and look at those polos, my energy had shifted. And, like, I just couldn't. I wasn't there. We were talking about something so lighthearted. Whatever the hell the conversation was about, it was a very lighthearted conversation. And I'm just all like, no. And I think I just didn't respond at a certain point, because that's whenever I sat down and started redoing my budget. Okay, hold on. We were talking about TikToks. And did I eat yet? No, but what am I finna do? I'm finna go smoke. And that's how we got there. Actually, we were talking about something else before that, but I didn't go far enough back in the polos. But I was eating, because he called me as I was making my dinner. He called me as I was making my dinner and talking to you. And so when I got off the phone with him, I'm still on polo with you. We're having our insignificant conversation. I'm not insignificant in that manner, just whatever the fuck we was bullshitting about. And I am eating my dinner, and the disassociation is like, I'm just like, what? And step 1 was to redo my budget. Step 1 was to redo my budget. And I was just getting done eating, and I was like, you know what I need to do? I need to smoke. And as I was saying I need to smoke and reminding you of that little did I eat yet TikTok, I was pulling up my budget that I put together. Because I didn't get my 6 figures. No clothing budget. No nail budget. No this budget. Oh, I was planning on doing that. Take that out. I was planning on putting $800 a month into savings. Cut. We down to $250. We down to $250. I was trying to keep it at $500. I really was. But it's literally not possible. Cut. Recalculate, your pay after taxes, take into consideration this, that, and the third. And the falling apart is just starting to happen more because I did envision a particular type of freedom when it came towards this job and this promotion. A special type of elbow room. Even if I didn't get the 100 and we met somewhere in the middle, it still would have been better and more satisfactory than where we landed. I spent a lot of time fiddling around with my budget, spent a lot of time thinking and reconsidering and making decisions, and then I sat down to roll up. And that's whenever I got on Polo with you. And speaking of rolling up, I really just need you to bear with me and be patient as I try to work my way back through this. First, I'm trying to give it to you more coherently because clearly it was a bit of a rambly mess. And I told you I went through the 5 stages of grief while on Polo with you. But also, like, just trying to reframe my mind around all of this because it's like I trauma dumped on my best friend. Let you know the low down dirty. And then, even the way that Polo ended. So, but we're going to get back to how that Polo ended. Because I had a point, and we're going to get back to my point. Okay, let's spark up. Hold up. Okay. Google. Allow. What are the 5 stages of grief? So we have denial is a river in Egypt. Anger. Bargaining, depression, acceptance. Now, I think I might rearrange those stages. I went from I was in denial. No. I was in depression. And then I moved into denial. And then I transitioned into anger because there was a good chunk of that hour Polo where I started blessing motherfuckers out because of disrespect. And then I moved into acceptance. And then lastly, I ended with bargaining. So a bit out of order, but we truly did go through the 5 stages of grief. So I hop on Polo with you. And this is where we are. I got on Polo with you. You said you heard this part because this is how I started my Polo. Step 1 was to tell my mom, and then your step 2. I ended up mentioning to Portia. I ended up mentioning to Portia when we went out that I was shooting for a promotion. I've mentioned to Nyla that I was shooting for a promotion. And of all people, I've mentioned to E that I was going for a promotion. I was updating my resume. That nigga asked me what I was doing. This is what I'm doing. He is so funny to me because I talk to him and I tell him things not necessarily because he's on that level of like importance or this is like information that you honestly need to know. He just be in my business, but like not in like a nosy, get out my way, be in my business type way. He's just kind of naturally, you get what I'm saying. Anyway, I think he's so interesting to me. But you're the only person I'm really talking to about this promotion, and my mama. I didn't even really talk to my aunts about it. Anyways, but I got on Polo with you because I was just like, I need to like decompress and process and talk to somebody that's not my mom before I talk to her. And I was talking to you and I was just all like, I am abundantly blessed. Money flows freely and effortlessly to me. 2025 ain't proved nothing. It's proved that fact in and of itself. And I'm gonna be fine. So hear me when I say blessing. However, ... And when I started that Polo, I was kind of in this conflicted state because I didn't want to appear as ungrateful or blind to my blessings or blind to the progress that I'm making, because still got a 19% raise, right? That's money. Money talks. And they ain't talking enough. Literally, it's not talking enough, but so with that disclaimer out the way, I actually did scribble a couple of things down on this giant ass whiteboard, yes, but this is what I had. I had call Roger, re-listen to Polo, and upload his private entry. So much for that. And money flows freely and effortlessly to me. So, the good news is, in all my ramblings, we literally have the summary right here. This is the summary. You see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3? These 1, 2, 3s. Because I kept saying it's such a bittersweet moment. And I also kept saying how I thought that this would feel differently for me, and how it's just been tainted, and it kind of fucking sucks. We have the sweet, we have the bitter, and we have the resolution. We're going to start with the sweet, not the bitter. Because we need to acknowledge the wins, acknowledge the blessings. I want to acknowledge the wins, and I want to acknowledge the blessings. Then we'll move to the bitter. But after all of that, what the fuck you gonna do about it? And through my therapy session, I literally was able to boil each 3 down into 3. So we got 9 bullet points here, and we just gonna go bullet point by bullet point by bullet point. Yeah. So, the sweet. Number 1. #growth. The opportunity to learn, to diversify, to make myself a more attractive candidate in the job market. You know, close that gap. I'm not saying that I'll never have anything else to learn in life, but you see them 2 degrees on my wall? It's never been that I've lacked capacity. So sure, put me in this little entry-level role and teach me how to do expenses on a practical level. Help me apply them 2 degrees. And now finally, I'll take this insignificant wage and I'll learn about revenue. truly make me an unstoppable force. With all the heartache and woes of being a black woman in this country, one thing about my field, the problem is definitely getting through the door. Once you're in, unless you fuck up, and trust me, just by existing, you can fuck up. But, unless you fuck up, you're in, right? And so that's going to carry me a lot as I move forward. But, like, moving to another role, and I've talked about this, my lack of revenue knowledge, I need to know something so that I can bullshit my way enough into a better position. So, number 2, my mother. This is something that I explained in the polo, and it's relevant. For the past year and a half, my mother, every month on the 1st, sends me $450. So you know how I'm always saying my student loans, are $1,500 a month, $1,500 a month, $1,500 a month. In all actuality, in all honesty, I'm not paying $1,500 a month. I'm paying, what's that, $1,005? $1,005? No, $1,050. Because my mama sent me $450. To cover the other parts of my student loans. ISIS, you ask, how much spending money do you have per pay period? Like, not immediately bill money. Not per pay period, but per month. $500, just about. And when I say spending money, I mean referring to this glorious fucking list of mine. What we gonna handle this month? Oh, I need some new period underwear. Oh, I got a hair appointment to pay for. Oh, I want to buy me some autumn decor so that, I can, live a little bit. Oh, I want to mail these souvenirs. Oh, I want to buy Bath and Body Works candles. Oh, I need to go to Sam's Club and get a whole bunch of shit from my house. Oh, I want to buy a camera cleaning kit. I forgot I did that, but I wrote camera cleaning kit on this list because my aunt invested in Nisi Poo and bought me a $1,200 camera. And at the bare minimum, I can spend $15 so I can fucking clean it. This is the stuff I'm budgeting for. In every pay period, it is simply what's next. I got this much money to work with, so what we gonna tackle this month? Oh, you gonna buy yourself new sheets because that's on the list? Oh, you gotta pay your renter's insurance. Oh, you got the book club White Elephant and you need to buy the book to give the gift. And also you need to feed yourself when you go to the event. Oh, you want to splurge a little bit and get an iPad from T-Mobile? You gonna need a case for that iPad. In total, it's gonna run you about $50. Oh, you gotta buy your mama's Kwanzaa gift. When I refer to this list, know that this is what this list looks like. From the most, and guess what I added? Battery. I need to price it, but it is now officially on the list as an unpriced item, but it is now officially on the list. And it's a great method. I really love this for me because I feel like let's not rehash that whole conversation, but just how I was just like, it's helped with the impulse spending. Because it ties up my money so quickly. It does. It's like I'm spending money before I have it, but I'm spending it on shit that I need, and it helps filter out, all the bullshit that you may waste your money on, and it prioritizes buying things that you need. I just added $40 skincare. I just need to go to Ross and do a skincare haul. And so one of these paychecks, I need to set $40 aside so that I can do that. Yeah. And that's why my mom pays parts of my student loans. Because we had a heart-to-heart. I was depressed. She was like, get out. And I'm all like, I can't. It's only so much going to the park that exists. Like, I literally can't get out. Not only can I not get out, but I can't even afford, skincare items or, maybe shapewear or whatever the fuck else I just named. Because every single penny that I was making was tied up in my bills and my student loans. By my mama alleviating some of that weight, all of a sudden, I could live life a little bit. But that's a burden on my mama. She's still taking care of the grown man that she married to. The grown man, baby. And he keep getting fired from jobs. Mainly because he keep showing up drunk. Then he has to find another job. So he's just been in and out of jobs. And then, like, he is actually getting old. And his body is, like, breaking down on him in traditional old man body ways. He's not as young and crisp as he used to be. But also, his drinking is so goddamn bad. His body's fucking falling apart. We are at the point where he's not even speaking full coherent sentences anymore. Like, I didn't comment on it. It was Christmas. I didn't comment on it because what's commenting on it gonna do? But also, I saw what it's been like at 5525. To an extent, his version of trying, he tries whenever I come around. Because he know I don't like that shit. He know my tolerance is real low. And he also know we can go. We can go. And if you want pleasant Isis, if you want, hey daddy Isis, to an extent he actually does try to contain himself. Even though it's still obnoxious. And it's still a lot of me being the bigger person. Oh no. He let that shit slip. So this is what it's been like. And my mom has kind of mentioned it here and there, but I haven't seen it. We're going down a rabbit hole about my damn daddy. I need my mama to take care of herself. As much as I want to take care of her, I am not there yet. So until I can get to that capability, she needs to be able to take care of herself. And apparently that man she married to, who's only a burden. And I've spoken about this before on like a more like deep-rooted like trauma trigger level. But since I was a child, I have never been able to get 100% of my mother because of him. And this is what it looks like. In real time, current 2024 big grown age. My mother has done the best that she has had the capacity to do. But I'm hyper aware at how much of that capacity has been shaved down by her cleaning up behind him. It fucking sucks that student loans are in my ass the way they are, and these are the choices that I'm going to have to live with the rest of my life until I solve the problem. And my mama is co-signing all them motherfuckers. Honestly, fuck all them loans. I wouldn't pay a dime. But she co-signed on all of them. So, on some co-signer energy, but more importantly, on my mother just trying to alleviate life for me. It shouldn't really be a problem that she's giving me the money. It's not a problem that she's giving me the money. She doesn't hold it over my head. It's not a toxic thing whatsoever. That was a rant. I'm sorry. My mother gives me $450 a month. So know that whatever raise, whatever promotion, whatever new fucking job that was going to come out of this, whatever month over month, what I see after taxes, whatever that raise look like, less $450, because my mother's no longer going to be giving me that money. Which is a good thing. Okay? shit's only getting more and more expensive. Like, they need new windows on the house. Like, she got homeowners expenses to worry about. She talking about escrow that's coming up. Like, she has her own life that she really does need to manage without supporting her child. That's a win. But remember that $450 when we get to the bitter part. 3, savings. I thought I'd be saving a whole lot more. But I am putting at least $250 aside. The sweet. The opportunity for growth. On a long, like, looking long term. This minuscule growth is going to carry me far. 2, my mama. 3, finally saving money. Because I haven't saved a dime since I moved out of 5525 pretty much. And anytime I am saving, it's saving for intention. You know, like, saving for intention to spend. Like, I'm setting this money aside for Bali. That was the most recent bandit. But even if it's not Bali, it's just something else, you know. Okay. The only common thread has been your disrespect. I just watched Hamilton. That's a Hamilton reference. Sorry. The bitter. Number 1 is the disrespect. And what's funny is the disrespect was actually number 2 initially. And then somewhere in that polo, I was all like, this is whenever I was coming to like the acceptance territory. I was like, nah, no, it's the disrespect. Because of all of this, it's the disrespect that makes it so... Number 2. I'm $3,000 less than what I told myself I wanted to make. $3,000 yearly. $3,000 below that goal I had set for myself. And I was like, this is how much money I would want. This is how much money I would need. This is how much money I would require to take this role. Not on some, what is my value type shit. What's my worth? Not on what was Saudi making versus what I'm going to make type energy. I didn't even have the job posting to know what the salary was going to be. I was just talking to my mama and I was like, this is my bottom floor. If I don't get this, I don't want the job. I'm $3,000 below it. I couldn't even get the $3,000. And that's not a number I pulled out my ass. That's a number that I did the math for. And I calculated post-taxes what would a raise look like and what do I want/need to do in my life. This is how much money I need to make. And just losing that $3,000 has cut me. Number 3. Overall, month over month, paycheck increase of about $150. I'm getting a 19% raise. And month over month, it's only going to look like an extra $100 or so. Isis, what do you mean? Well, month over month, my raise is $850. But you got to subtract $450. You got to subtract $450. Because even though it's not part of my paycheck, that is a source of income from me. That deposit my mama make every month on the 1st, that is a source of income. Without that source of income, I could not live the literal life that I'm living right this very second with all my penny pinching natures. Then take $250 out for savings because you gotta save something. You gotta save something. And even if I didn't put any money aside for savings, it'd actually be a pretty decent raise. But choosing the responsible route, about $150. Now, what did I say? my standard raise is about $1,500. Translates to about $125. So you mean to say I just got my January raise? The fuck? Now, big picture, back to number 2, mommy. I can alleviate my mama. She can focus on her. And for the first time, honestly and truly, wholeheartedly, on my own back, on my own single income, no kid, cat lady, student loan back carrying back, can take care of myself. And I can live, even if it's just a little bit, even if it's penny pinching with my with my need list, even if it is going on travel probation, it's on me. And even get a little extra $100 here. Which again, of like the $140 that's left of that raise, 85 of it is re-upping my clarity. I buy this like every 3 months. At best, maybe every 6 weeks. But I really need, if I go the whole month of January and I don't smoke, that was part of the hour-long polo too. I really am quitting. And I got some weed stashed away on my grinder. I got some joints rolled up in my storage outside of my balcony. I have the marijuana I'm blowing today, because I'm blowing down tree today. Okay, blowing down tree at midnight. But when I wake up on the 1st, I'm out, you know. If I just need to smoke, I do have some shit stashed. I don't know, maybe me and you go out on January 20th and I say, swing by, and I get an eighth. It's not like a, you know, so I have weed in the house. I'm even considering what buying weed this month would look like. But I'm not going to do like a whole re-up, and I'm just going to actually really try to commit to this. But also take clarity every day. And then I got this promotion, like shit's about to shift and change, and my focus, and whether it's my focus with editing, or whether it's my focus with work, or whether it's my focus with investing, which is on the docket, like, I don't know. And also blowing through 1.5 ounces, and that nigga came over my house on the 15th is alarming. Like, I'm tripping. I'm really tripping. I don't got the funds, clearly, to support a habit like that. I've been working at Amazon, so I've been having extra money come in. You know, I got that blessing of injection of cash, which that had nothing to do with marijuana, actually. That had nothing to do with marijuana. No, it was just Amazon. Yeah, it was just working Amazon. Working Amazon gave me some extra cash to buy more marijuana than what I would usually be buying. To support the habit that I've been smoking a lot more than usual. So, if anything, I need to shock my system into not smoking so much, because I can't even financially keep up with this shit. I gotta buy a battery, apparently. And also, my raise ain't even that fucking significant. So, now what? Yeah, I'm quitting. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see the bitter? Do you see the sweet? Do you see the wins? But do you see the slights? Just dig into you just a little bit. Before we get to what the fuck am I going to do about it, before we get to the last 3, let's go back to all the little pieces I was giving you before. I really want to call Roger and hear what the fuck he told me and write that shit down so I can know exactly how you're presenting this bullshit to me. I want full clarity. It's not about changing nothing. I just want the fucking clarity. Saudi left. We have to replace Saudi's role. Andreas, the day Saudi resigned, or the day he departed. Are you okay? Does this affect you any? Or no, I'm good. Then the very next day, pulled into a closed door meeting with Brian. Oh, Isis, I think you should really apply. We're posting the position. They could have just, when Brian pulled me into that closed door meeting, Brian could have said, I'm promoting you to Saudi's role. You're getting a 19% raise. Your start date is this. That's what the fuck they could have did. And then it would have been a promotion. But no, he pulled me into that closed door office. Oh, we're going to post the role, Isis. If you want to apply, you should apply. And we think you might be a good candidate if only you're willing to challenge yourself. But it's going to be an open position. And so we're going to interview other candidates. And this is not, we want to just give, this wasn't a fucking favor. Because if it was a favor, you would have pulled me in that fucking office and you would have promoted me then. And if you would have promoted me then and gave me a fucking 19% raise, shit. If you would have promoted me then and gave me a fucking 16% raise, then there's nothing I can fucking say except for yay or nay. In that position, I would say yay, I want it. I would say no, I want it. But at this point, I don't apply for the fucking job. I did 2 interviews. I've been on this fucking audition performance shit since we had this conversation in the closed door meeting. Showing my initiative. Tap dancing for y'all motherfuckers. Somehow, ironically, I'm angrier now than I was yesterday. Okay. So it's $3,000 less than what I wanted, all blessings considered, due to the additional income I've had for the past year and a half through my mother. My raise has been cut, and be damned, be responsible, save. My raise is cut. Lifestyle wise, shit's looking the exact way that it was looking before I applied to this job. Because I was always going to get that $1,500 or so raise. What? Oh no, I don't want the position. I know I've been tap dancing for the past 2 months, and I know I applied for the role, and the past month and a half. I know I applied for the role, and we interviewed and we did all of this, but I lied. I don't want it. Oh shit, just to be honest, I don't really appreciate the salary you offered. I don't think that I'm being paid enough for this role. I will pass. I will keep my role, continue hiring. But I don't need to explain to you the battle of perception that you're always battling. What would that paint me as? Someone who only shows up to work for a check. And no matter how fucking true that is, to its core, motherfuckers in corporate act like that's not the deal. I'm already the millennial that leaves at 3:15. The same millennial that'll get there at 5 a.m. sometimes, but they don't like to talk about that part. But yeah, I'm out that bitch. I'm the same millennial that uses my PTO. I'm the only person on my fucking team that never has PTO expiring. That's why the fuck I'm on the clock today and yesterday and last week. You goddamn right I'm on the clock, bitches. So what am I gonna do? Turn the job down? And it was around this point in the rant where, you know, I was going into more detail and I was talking about kind of different details than details I've decided to center on now in this version of the conversation. But my angle was more so just like the black vagina of it all and like the particular woes of my very specific industry of finance. Like, this shit's playing out like a fucking comedy or something. I don't know. Like, and it was in this part of the polo where I was just all like, we can lament and cry and express sorrow over the plights of being a black woman all fucking day. We can be so aware of the dynamics that are playing out and know that this is a conversation that I can only, the conversation I'm having with you right now is only a conversation that can be held with a black woman. Because if you try to have this conversation with anyone that's not a black woman, they think you're fucking crazy and that you're making shit up. And that you don't be smiling, Sarah. It's always something. We can be so aware of the literal reality that's playing out. But at the end of the day, ultimately, this is the part where it doesn't matter. It's life. And what did mama raise you to be? Mama raised you to be resilient. Mama raised you to fight back. Mama raised you to be twice as good. Mama raised you to be twice as fast. Mama raised you to be twice as smart. Mama raised you to smile and be classy. Mama raised you to always look out for yourself. Because ain't nobody in this world about to look out for you. Especially not these white folks. And so, with all the disrespect and all of my just, I don't think anger is the right word. You know? It's like deep rooted irritation. Just disgust. I think disgust might be a good one. Take it on the chin. Take it on the chin. Take it on the chin because why? Hashtag growth. They say if you ever want to see God smile, show him your plan. That motherfucker keep laughing at me. That motherfucker keep laughing at me, okay? But what I've been saying lately, God tilt me. God tilt me. God tilt me. And then, that was another part of the conversation where I was just all like, here's another situation. Take the black woman and the race out of it entirely. Here's another situation of a company not valuing their talent and putting priority on profit. And I see the way they treat headcount all the damn time. That's why I'm abreast to y'all motherfucking patterns. But like, if they would have gave me that $100,000, I probably would have been there for like 5 years. I'm rolling into year 2, so at least like another 3.5 years. I was really just like, yeah, stay at Hitchcock's for 5 years. Don't worry about moving around. You know, get my sabbatical, because you get sabbatical after 5 years. That sounds nice. Shit, in 5 years, I will be 35 and I'm trying to quit anyway. Really. I was really thinking I could just kind of ride it out here. But for whatever reason, God is saying, no, sis, you're not going to be able to ride it out here. I don't even want you thinking for a fraction of a second that you get to ride it out here, because you don't. If I would have got that $100,000, I would have been making enough to put $800 a month into savings. Pay my student loans, pay my bills, keep my expenses flat, and move to Decatur and get a 1-bedroom. I really would have been good. Do I want to be wealthy? Yeah. Yeah. Eventually. But for now, I really just want to be good. And that $100,000 would have been good. I have investing goals for 2025. But I have investing goals with a capital GOALS for 2026. Like, my goals are real minimal this year for investing. And that's intentional. Because it's about getting started. It's about momentum. It's about return on investment. It's about slow and steady progress. It's about skill. It's about technique. It's about it's about honing my craft, because this is a long-term plan. So my investment goals for this year are very like bare bones. But my investment goals for 2026. So you mean to say I'm making $100,000, I get a guaranteed little raise, and on the percentage of $100,000, my raise will probably look like $2,000, maybe 25. No, that's too high, 25. Maybe like 222, something like that. But anyway, I get a little raise, a little bump, and then also I'm making money through investing. Oh yeah, I would have chilled. And I would have dedicated my talent to a company. But not only are you paying me $3,000 less than like my calculation of a bare bone, you gonna offer me the bare minimum? Alright, cool, fuck you. Alright, cool, fuck you. So. It's gonna end up being a whole nother long ass polo. I thought I was gonna be able to make this shorter. I couldn't. I didn't. It is what it is. But you wanted to know. And here we are. Okay. So the sweet, growth, my mother, savings. The bitter, the disrespect in all capital letters. $3,000 less on a yearly scale. Overall, $120, $140 raise. Monthly. What you gonna do about it? And these are all conclusions I came to before I got on Polo with you. It was coming to these conclusions and sitting down to roll up that sparked me to get on Polo with you. Because I'm all like... And sitting down and doing my budget is what cleared this up for me. So one, reduce expenses. I just had to sit down with the budget I just freshly created and cut so much. I cut so much. And after cutting everything, looking and seeing the only difference is this $250 in savings that I'm putting away. This is essentially my budget. I haven't had a budget in a template and like detail, as in much detail as I now have a budget. But if I were to sit down and do my budget and consider my paycheck plus the $450 that my mama gave me, that's what my budget is, short of the fucking savings. And I've been thinking about it too, and I brought this up. I could move further out or just not closer in to like a different perimeter type area and probably save money. I genuinely believe if I chose a different location than Decatur, I could find a 1-bedroom for $1,500. Let me rephrase that. Find a 1-bedroom for $1,400 with about $100 in fees. Like, I would save myself $200 easy. Depending on where I move and which direction I choose to go, I really might even be able to get a 2-bedroom for $1,450 with $100 in fees. You get what I'm saying? And when I look at my budget, it's so tight. It's so tight. It is so tight. I love my studio and I am overpaying for it. But there's nowhere to fucking cut. If anything, my electric and my gas bill are going to go up if it's more square footage that my house has to heat and cool. My phone bill has went down by $90. That's by paying off equipment, and my mom's phone paid off, my phone paid off, my watch paid off. Like, you know, when equipment starts to get paid off, your phone bill decreased $90. And that's after I got an iPad. That bitch would have been down like 115-ish. But I decided to get an iPad. But I was like, you know what, girl math, you still saving $90. And I did. And I did. And I did. There's nowhere in my budget to cut. Except for rent. And so I'm still going to look indicator. And I don't know. Maybe I get lucky. But all it took was the spiral of yesterday and the reality check and the rearranging of my budget of it all for me to come to the conclusion Decatur's out. And wanting to be in Decatur, it was vibes. Heavy hashtag vibes. But also it was commute. Whether it's to work, from work, whether it's social events, you know, commute and centrality and like just a real optimal location to live that's not the city. Go ahead and sacrifice that commute. It'll be okay. Live further out, put some money in your pocket, and improve your quality of life, because that's more important. Even if you have to drive a bit further and be a bit more separated than you would have preferred. So that's resolution number 1. Resolution number 2, invest. The plan was always to invest, whether I got the job or whether I didn't. And that ain't changed. I got the damn job, and it's still the fucking plan. I have my, bare bones 2025 investment goals, and then I have my hit the ground running 2026 investment goals. Cool. Because never forget, money flows freely and effortlessly to me. And I'm going to be alright. And third, what is it? 16 months. And there is a certain poetry in the 16 months. That's how I know it's meant to be. I have been in this role for 16 months. That's a year and 4 months. I've been in this role for a year and 4 months. That's how long it took me to get a promotion. Like, this promotion word, I don't like it, because I see what they did with it, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. So 16 months, a year and 4 months in this role would carry me all the way through 2025. Girl, sit in your blessing for what it is. Move, reduce your expenses, focus on your investment journey, vlog, and enjoy life. And be blessed. And be fucking blessed. Yep. That's what you're going to do 2025. And then 2026, it's time to move the fuck on. Not immediately, because let's go ahead and wait it out to April. If I'm going to work a whole year in this job, I might as well get the bonus that comes with it. So we get performance bonus. The company hasn't gotten a profit bonus in 3 years, and it's about to be 4 years, because what people don't know is they're not getting a profit bonus this year. And that profit bonus is like the actual bonus that runs like thousands of dollars. The performance bonus is like a baby tax return. Your tax return is, I don't even have kids, and my tax return is more than my bonus. My bonus is like fucking like $1,300 after taxes. Chump change. But it is change. It is change. So I might as well stick around and get my change. My chump change should be bigger with the salary increase. Just so stay till April. 16 months. Alright, cool. So about a year and a half I got left at Hitchcock's. I understand. Take this year and a half. Take all this motherfucking disrespect on the chin with your head up and your smile and your smile plastered, and go in there and be your best. Learn, grow, back to number one of the suite. Diversify yourself. Make yourself a more attractive candidate. Pray to God in 16 months, a year and a half, the job market looks different than what it looks like now. That part, because it's a trash ass job market right now. We all know this. And move the fuck on. Get 120,000. Sure. And when I depart, thank you for the 3 years. It's been cool. It's been sweet. Thanks for educating me. Making me a better person. Wish you well. Hope your kids grow up healthy. Shit. Bye. So that's it. That's it. That's the sweet. That's the bitter. And that's the resolution. That's the resolution. The hardest part about this is definitely going to be the increase in work and not actually seeing the promotion month to month. Like, that shit's gonna fucking hurt. It's gonna be June and I'm gonna be ran into the ground with all this work, and I'm gonna be pissed off because once again I am underpaid. And I think I had said that in one of the follow-up polos that did survive. Bitch, you was underpaid in this role. So what, you're just underpaid again? And I think I kind of fell off this trail of thought. But like, they were like, because I had got so wrapped up in my anger. But I really feel like it was a conscious decision to pull me into this position in this manner. Bank on the fact that I would go for this opportunity, and always planned on only giving me an 18% raise. Because remember what I told you, the pay range for this posted role was absurd. Who posts a $30,000 pay range? That doesn't even make sense. But they made the lowest posting, they made the lowest salary offer intentionally to be a 19% raise, so that they could offer me that lowest salary point. Because if it would have been a normal job posting with like a $10,000 range, or maybe even a $15,000 range, then the posting itself would have been at least $100,000. You see the problem? So yeah. And if I didn't go through with the role, if I didn't pursue it, if they weren't able to just drop this bullshit ass, disrespectful ass promotion raise shenanigans, then the job would have been posted externally, and then they probably would have hired someone full price, especially if he was a white man. The disrespect. And heavy on the disrespect. because you could have just pulled me into that closed door meeting, gave me a promotion, told me my promotion rate would be 19%, and gave me the opportunity to say yay or nay. And ISIS, why not do that? A, the lack of fucking respect for my black ass. But B, that would have given me the opportunity to say yes or no. Thank you so much for offering me the promotion. But actually, you can go ahead and post that role externally. I don't want the 19% raise. Or I maybe even could have negotiated on the basis of good faith negotiation. That's why I'm gonna fucking call Roger back. Because I need to tell you the bullshit that Roger said to me. I disassociated and I literally don't remember a single word, but it's bullshit. You offered me what you offered me because that was always the fucking plan. Period. And if you would have came to me fucking straight, then I would have had the opportunity to actually make a fucking choice. But no, you want to play these reindeer ass games with me and be fucking disrespectful and offer me this bullshit ass offer. I fucking see you. I see you. And it's fine. I'll take it on the chin. Just like I took it on the chin that you was overpaying me when I that you were underpaying me when I took this role in the first place. But see, I was down and out. I was laid off and a bitch needed a job and I needed benefits. Cause I got health problems. So, might you be underpaying me? Yeah, but I'm in a pickle and also I'm getting in the room. And this is just going to be the... I will cap this all off and truly get off polo with you as I spark up one last time with you. The moral of the story is that I need to get fucking used to it. When I do move on, I'm probably still going to be underpaid for the role that I take. Will it be more than what I'm making now? Yeah. Will it finally be six figures? Actually, yeah. You know, sure, whatever. But I'm probably going to be underpaid then. What's the circumstances? What's the situation going to look like? And on a bigger picture level, I think this is why this society gets away with underpaying black women, because we're constantly in this position of survival and fight and compromise. Because you're not going to move forward in the long term if you block your blessings and your progress in the short term because of disrespect. Constantly forced to swallow our pride. Constantly forced to ultimately undermine your value and your worth. This is how I know I will never retire from something like this. I don't think I'd make it to a healthy old age if this is truly what life looks like for me. Because I can't do it. I can. Clearly I am. But for the rest of my life, I can't do this. So, God said, I'm going to let you become a better professional so that you can move on from Hitchcock's, because for whatever reason, he is laughing in my face and he said 5 years was never in the plan. You was never going to get that sabbatical. So, all right, cool. I'll hold my horses. I'll learn a couple of things. And in 16 months, a year and 4 months, I shall bounce. Noted. Alleviate the pressure on my mama as she nears retirement age and needs to make appropriate preparations so that she can properly retire. And 3, save a little bit of money. While you're at it, reduce your expenses, invest, and make sure that you're ready to move on come 2026. That's the rant. Wonder how long this polo ended up being. Sorry if it ended up being a whole nother hour all over again. I think it's part of the reason I was just so goddamn exasperated when you said it was gone. And I don't know. I don't think I was ever going to be able to I don't think I was ever going to truly be able to, like, give you just kind of a quick summary. I don't know. Anyway, that's the rant. Respond with all your thoughts and opinions. God, it's such a bittersweet moment. I just thought this promotion would feel different, you know. And you know what's crazy? If Brian would have pulled me in that office and been all like, hey, we're going to promote you 19% raise. Do you want the job? I would have took it. I don't even think I would have negotiated. Seriously. I would have known that they're underpaying me. Yeah. But like, I walked into this role knowing that they were underpaying me. And knowing that I was always going to get underpaid. Shit. Technically, I'm being underpaid for, I was going to be underpaid even if they paid me $100,000. I was going to be underpaid. But I was going to take that underpayment. It's like I have some type of control in how much I am devalued. That fucking shit was ripped from me. And because the promotion rate is that 16 to 20%, by pulling me into the office and saying we're going to promote you at the rate of 19%, what the fuck am I going to say about it? No, because that's the promotion rate. It is possible for people to get promoted with a higher percentage rate. I see it happen all the time. Whether it's because they really want the person and they need that person and they can't let them go. Or they did what I did and applied for a different role that meant that they got more money. Most of the time when you see somebody get a 33% raise, it's because my raise would have been 27%. If I would have got the $100,000. But if I see somebody who got a $30,000 raise, they got a totally different job title. They applied for this role. They went through the interview process. They were the best candidate, and they have now transitioned out. And that's why I'm going to call Roger. Because I just want to know. I just want to know. I want to know. Because I see the bullshit and I want to know exactly how you bullshitting me. I want to know exactly how you bullshitting me. Because you're full of fucking shit. From the person that manages the headcount recon and the HR call center. I am blind when it comes to finance headcount. Because of because of that. And as I say, this whole conversation has been laced around a lot of assumptions. But just take me for when I say these assumptions ain't pulled out my ass. That's it. So the 5 stages of grief, we went through it. And I told you. Hold on. Because I forgot. We started at depression. We moved to denial. We quickly progressed into anger. And then we then we moved to acceptance. And then we ended with bargaining. And this was the bargaining. I was talking to you, right? I was sending you that polo. And I told you, I took my nails out my budget. I did. But as I was talking to you, I kept catching the reflection of my nails. And by the time I got to the end of that polo, with all my ranting and raving and my 5 stages of grief, I started to bargain with myself. I was all like, you know what? No. Fuck that. I don't know what type of girl math I need to do. I don't know what type of sacrificing I need to do. I don't know what type of moving around and readjusting that I need to do. But I'm going to keep my nails. If I got to take this disrespect on the chin with my smile and be gracious, then I'm going to keep my nails. Now what? I meant that shit to my core. And have I yet sat down to rearrange that budget? No. But I'm keeping my nails. I don't know what the fuck I don't know what the fuck else I need to give up. But I just, yeah, that part. I lied. I am gonna jump in. I considered what saying no would look like long term, with this being my current job, and it just seems so prickly. And I think I touched on this in the long polo, but you know, the game of perception that we constantly play. And the moment I provide any room, any wiggle room for your perception to shift, you will let it shift. Take it on the chin, grinning, bear it, save some money, alleviate my mama, and learn some information, versus say no and then put myself in this awkward position where the past month of tap dancing is very set in stone, along with the fact that I said no because of the pay. And I just, yeah. Anyways, that's it. Man. When I was talking to my mom, and I was like breaking down, you know, that closed door meeting that Brian brought me in, and how it could have went different, and yeah, you could have just gave me the 19% promotion, but instead we went through this charade, and like the difference between the two, and how that's like kind of the root of the disrespect of it all. My mom was just like, okay, so was he supposed to offer you the promotion whenever he pulled you into the office? What if he never would have offered you the promotion? What would you have done? I was like, I think it's less about what I would have done and more about the fact that I didn't catch it. Like, this is a new version of being black in the workplace, being a black woman in the workplace that I haven't experienced. And with a lot of this, I feel like I was blindsided. I feel like I was a pawn and I was moved exactly where they wanted me to move. And I feel like my autonomy has been stripped. I also feel played like a fiddle. And I don't like that shit. I didn't catch it. Step one should have been me catching the fact that they never even offered me the promotion in the first place. That should have been step one. So, next time I'm in a position like this, I can take a beat and think about that part of it. And if I decide to move forward, that's on me. You know? But like, the fact I didn't even clock that you didn't even offer me the promotion, that's on me. That's on me. That's on me. Yeah, when my mama asked that question, it's less about changing the situation. I don't even know how that would have changed the situation. It's more about the fact that I just didn't clock it. And yes, things aren't going to look the way I thought they were going to look with this promotion. Bittersweet is the word of the week. But it's okay. It's okay. Because in the grand scheme of things, we shall persist. And it'll all be all right. It'll all be all right. It'll all be all right. Because God don't give me nothing I can't handle. I keep going back to my mama, but in a lot of ways, this promotion is a bigger blessing on her than it is on me. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. What? I'm not going to bless my mama? That don't make no sense. Like, cool. Blessings all around. What I want is to come. What I want is to come. And heavy on the 16 months and I'm out, for whatever reason, the message I am receiving specifically on this, for whatever reason, my plan to stay at Hitchcock's is a bad one. I don't know why. Maybe it'll become clear to me. Maybe I'll never understand. But God is clearly saying no. So, the only thing I can do is listen. That's all right. And look, I got a plan for 2025. He probably going to interrupt that shit too. I got a plan for 2026. And by the time we reach 2026, that plan may have morphed into plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G. God tilt me. I'm open to his interruptions. I really am. I really, really am. Interrupt my shit. Even if I don't like it. Okay.